even get to cross.
Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Zazo here. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And that's right, we are inside one of the best Town Hall 8 push clans, Elite 8. And I said I was going to start doing some videos on some other clans out there. And what better clan to start with than one of the top Town Hall 8 pushing clans. As you can see, they have loads of Titans, 1s, 2s, 3s, and a few little champs kicking down at the bottom. And first up, we got Chief taking on a Town Hall 9. And this gets a little bit of a better aspect of what's going on out there. All of these Town Hall 8s seem to be using the same strat, which is a ground, golem, P.E.K.K.A, wizards, bulks, including those troops usually into their strats. You can, however, push a Town Hall 8 at least to 4800s. Or no, Jesus actually did manage to get up to Legends with using Air, so you can use Dragons, but I will say that the more stronger attack, I believe, is the one that we were watching. The ground, they seem to do quite well, able to get deep into the center of these Town Hall 9s. They're able to get into some 10s, some 11s. So pretty good attacking. Seems to be a solid way to go. And basically a lot of it is the same kind of technique as you've done with any other troops. Try and create a funnel. Right, when you're pushing, you're not going for the 3 stars. It's not necessarily the same attack you might do in war. If you want to just have that comfort and guarantee of at least getting some cups. If you want to take it on like it is a war base and go for the full 3, by all means, take it on and go for the full 3. However, that is often where you will start to get into some trouble. Like I said, if you're a low level pusher, play safe, go for the 50%. Go for the 2 stars. If the 3 stars happens, that's great. And on some bases, you know that you can 3-star them. But on other bases, you know, that's where you get into trouble. So just keep that in mind, that it is always safer to go for that that easier 1 to 2 stars than it is the 3. And Taver must have been over visiting at Savage Minimax. And I'm sure most of you watching know my clans, Savage 7, Minimax Savage, and Savage Minimax. So, must have been over there, did a raid. Not only do I get to shout out Elite 8, but I get to shout out my own clan. Gotta like that. And easily manages to grab those 2 stars. As I said, able to get deep into those Town Hall 9s. This ground strat is a very strong strat against these 9s. I'm not sure if they're taking on every 9 that they see, but it almost seems like there wouldn't be too much trouble with going for it. And not a pile of cups there, but enough to make them happy. And Clayton finding a Town Hall 11. And I gotta say, even from my Town Hall 9, finding 11s like this, I haven't done this ground strat much myself. I'm mostly doing Lavalunian, but I know even with my max heroes on my 9 and my troops, bases like this still give me a struggle to 2-star. So the fact that they're taking these on shows that they definitely have what it takes to push. And also having patience, waiting a little bit till things are cleared. Almost got too distracted there, and the Volks almost all went to the outside, but got enough locked into that Town Hall in the outside. Defense is able to take it down, no troubles. We will not be seeing 2 stars grabbed on this one, that is for sure. With that eagle triggered and but a few troops left, pretty much just trying to see if he could give him the 30%, which kudos, nice try, Clayton. And Berserk finding a Town Hall 9 deep in there. A couple pathways leading in, might use those to his advantage. You can see he sent the hog in over there, exploring for a trap and a little CC pull, seeing what's in there, what he's going to have to contend with. And slowly going to grab some extra percentage from the bottom. Why not? If you can get it, grab it. And down with that earthquake, going to break open those walls. And now the funneling will begin. Send in your big guys first. You want them to be the meat of the attack. They are what is going to save all of your little troops. So make sure that they're in there and engaged to the defense, that the defense is locked on them. Don't drop too much down at once, because if you do, that is where you might get into trouble from some of that splash damage, some of the bombs they might be setting off. And as you can see, still holding back those spells, and was holding back those Valks, waiting till enough buildings were cleared that they will go straight in, and they should target right to that town hall, and throws a heal spell onto them, followed by a rage. They kind of went the wrong way. They could have went up in there, would have been nicer, but I still don't think he would have 3-starred. Would have been a deadly attack if he had got the 3. But a solid nice 2 for 12 cups. And Lord Jr. finding himself a Town Hall 8. Looks like a fairly new Town Hall 8. He's got all of his cannons done. No archer towers yet. Knocking on some of them walls. So, building himself up there. Not at full power yet, but shouldn't be too much for Lord Jr. to handle. And it is Sunday. I finally have a day off. I've worked the last 14 days without a day off. I had an early day a couple days, but I do not count early days as days off. So finally I have a day off, and I'm going to make a video. I've already gone and washed my truck. Just finished making dinner for the kids. I was hoping I've had this video out a little bit quicker. Also, I think I'm going to finish winterizing my camper. It did start to snow the other day, and we have been having some ice in the morning, so you have to drain all of the water out, which I did the other day. All of the gray water and the sewer water has already been emptied and drained, so pretty much now I just got to go hook up the compressor, send some air through the lines to push out any remaining water, so that when it sits outside in -30 it will not freeze. And then pour a little bit of plumbing antifreeze into the sink drains to fill the traps so that they will not burst. As it gets very cold in Saskatchewan, -30 to -60 is usually our December, January, February temperatures. We're in the -10s, -teens in November, and usually by late October. Those -teens come back in March and April, and usually by mid-April. Finally, winter is over here as far as the extremely cold days. And I'm also doing all the windows in my house, winterizing them with a plastic shield guard from the inside. A lot of people out there have no idea what this is, but it gets so cold in Saskatchewan, well actually in a lot of spots in Canada, but it'll get so cold that even if you have really good weather shield windows with a double pane glass, like my windows are, you will still get ice buildup on the inside of the windows just from the moisture in the house in the winter, unless you're running a dehumidifier full time, which then leads to having a really dry house, and you'll start to get a dry nose. It'll be sore and irritated, so you don't like it too dry, but if it's too wet. So anyways, they do make these little plastic shields that you put up onto your windows, basically tape them over it, makes a full seal, and then you heat them up with a blow dryer. Couldn't think of the word for a second. shrinks the plastic down, makes it nice and tight and virtually invisible. And that is your extra barrier between the moisture and your cold window. So they will remain free and clear all year round. Or all winter round, I should say. And Aziz finishing off that raid with a 3-star. Not too bad. Still has a lot of power left kicking there. And a decent cup offer at 20, I gotta say. And up until now, we've been doing really good with the names. Or at least I feel myself, I've been doing really good with the names. Suckalove? Now we could just call it Suck. Suckalove. That's just what I'm going with. It's not my fault. And as you can see, finding a Town Hall 9 basically double square base locked in there. There's going to be 2 barriers to get through. You're going to have to worry about troops going down to the right, troops going down to the left. So he's going to start on those edges, and that will basically create a reverse funnel, where now your troops will come in and they will take it from its widest point and then work its way back down. If you try doing it the other way, they will slowly go out to the sides, and that would be no good, because then you might not get the 2 stars. But like I said, I've seen a lot of attacks coming from these 8s, and they seem pretty solid at taking these 9s. Fearless, and it seems to be that they get a large percentage. I'm sure fails happen, because fails happen to all of us. And there goes the double bomb. It's going to throw down those last few minions in a desperation to get a couple extra percentage. Buy that king some time to grab the rest of that loot. And with the wizard tower there, it is going to finish off this raid. Still a decent raid. Not a load of cups, but enough to make them happy anyways. And we did have a little scroll through the clan chat, so I did want to show that everybody was on, or who was on at least, and little shout outs. Thanks everybody in Elite 8 for sharing your raids with me, and hopefully I will be in another great clan for the next video. I didn't want to show their chat at the start because of course then you see how all of the raids would have ended, so that is why I didn't include that at the first. I waited till I could sneak it in at the end. And a big shout out to them, and a huge congrats for a great job done. Gotta love those low level pushers. And that's it for this video. I'm out of here. Thanks everyone for watching. Peace.